Sorry, I thought I'll just eat one of these circus animal cookies. And then, you know, I'll finish it and then I'll hit the button. And then I looked up and there was 2 seconds left. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. It's been 2 whole weeks since I worked on this and I can't believe that. And it's absolutely freezing in here. Where are my slippers? Slippers. This isn't breakfast stream, we don't crunch here. But I have coffee and I have cookies. Steven surprised me with these. Chess says I'm breaking out the heated blanket. That's a good idea. I don't want to get paint on it though. And I have to plug it in somewhere. Will we see the special guest today? Probably not on my stream. Tonight, though. Tonight is different. We were working on this painting today, and I'm gonna finish my cookies. And then we'll start this. But my plan is to do these 2 far away ones. And these ones had way more of the bokeh effect. And start there. And then see what time we end up at. Because I still have this one, because this one's going to be the one I spend the most time on because it's the sharpest one. This one is not quite as blurry and not as sharp as the other one, so this one's kind of in between. So we're going to do the back 2 today for sure. Thank you, Anise. I had switched from the stainless steel ones I normally wear for the wedding. And then I had these, and then I wore a big dangle one in my first piercing for the wedding itself, but it's heavy. So I needed something on the trip to wear in that otherwise, so I just switched to that one. Is the special guest even awake yet? Yes. They are awake. Goldmane says, can I get a reminder of what bokeh is? So when things are blurry and they have light, they turn into a bubble. So as someone who has poor vision and astigmatism, at night, every light gets a big halo around it. And if you can kind of like unfocus your eyes, like the lights turn into circles, or like a camera unfocus, that's what that is, those circles. So like these 2, all of these dewdrops get so blurry, they are just circles of white. And then this one is like slightly less circle-y, but it's still blurry. And then this one is super sharp in focus. Astigmatism gang, rise up. Mine is uncorrectable apparently, because there's like a couple types, and mine is this weird hybrid kind. And my eye doctor was like, you're lucky that your pupils are so big and that your contacts help mask it, so it's not as bad. Elvin Scout says, wait, not everyone sees little glowy orbs? No, like, it's easy to force in photography because of how the camera works and how the optics of the camera work. But like, for myself at night, like, every street light, like I can see the street light with my contacts in, but there's like a whole globe around it of light. And like some people, because of how the astigmatism works, they get like a line. I don't know. There's different things with it. So sometimes it can be different. Today's coffee spoon is an actual measuring teaspoon. Because it was time to refill the sugar container. And when I do that, I wash the spoon. So I just took the spoon and put it in my coffee so that it would force it to get washed. And I replaced it with my backup measuring spoon. So it just rotates. Also, this room is so cold. But I'm excited to paint. I had been really loving this painting when I worked on it 2 weeks ago. And like, I had a great weekend. I'm just very excited to get back to this painting. But I have one more cookie to finish. Did I click on the right thing? Where's the mouse? There's the mouse. Yep, I had not clicked. Wonderful. We have a 19-month resub from Fred Burger, 19 months from MoleLad, 11 months from RunT.exe, 17 months from Anise, 11 months from Circle Now Squared, 6 months from Fire Goddess 1990, 19 months from Dude 4269. Anise gifted 5 subs to Ginyu Pop, Zerk Firebird, The Queen's Thief, Tabby Stripes, and Soda Pop Barbecue. Thank you for the gift subs. And then he says 3 weeks to Extra Life. Ah! We have 100 bits from Kit Collide. I've been thinking about that for what was it, 2 weeks now? Just waiting and being like, don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. I have a 19-month resub at tier 2 from Radio Dread. Thank you for the tier 2 sub. 6 months from Arcane Leo, 18 months from Jet Prower, and 19 months from the Slick Duke. Thank you all for the resubs. Can I tell Steven about the name? That was right, good, thank you. I really just want to spring it on him. So that's why I haven't said anything yet. Offer to read alerts for him. Like, part of me wants to read it and, like, get it right, and then have him be like, what? And be like, no, we've been wrong this whole time. We have a 17-month resub from Tokunute. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Anyway, I had a great time in Maine and Philadelphia. And taking the train between the two. I did have to put extra coffee in my coffee cup this morning because I was refilling the sugar. So it's extra sweet today. So it's extra good. Circle Now Squared says, shout out to Noah. Yeah, I did see Noah. I got to see family. I posted a picture on Instagram of me and my grandmother. And she's great. I hope she visits me so all my friends here can meet her because, like, she's great. I'm sorry, Twitch took a break. Kit Collide's name, Steven and I have been pronouncing wrong forever. And I got corrected on it. And I have not told Steven yet. And Belora says, oh, you took Amtrak. I hope it was one of the nicer cars. A lot of travel cars are old. We were on the Acela, which is the new fast one. And, like, it's not, you know, as fast as a bullet train Shinkansen, but, like, it's what we got. And, like, it was a little... I didn't think it was... like the newest, nicest train I've been on, because I've been on some new nice trains lately. But it was better than the, what did I take down to Florida? Was it the Palmetto, or was it the Silver or something? Whatever one I took to Florida was not great. This one was nicer. And the Downeaster I took, between Boston and Portland, that was lovely. I had a great time on that train. I mean, it wasn't anything like super special fast or anything, but it was clean. The conductors were phenomenal. There was this one guy who was either from the 1800s or just really liked his job.
And he was a conductor, and he had this like very carnival barker voice. He was like, "Step right up, folks. Saco Beach is our next stop. Right this way, folks. Step right up here." And I really loved him, to the point of I actually contacted Amtrak and was like, whoever this was on this train on this day, A+.
Did I have a private room? No, I just had regular seats. None of the trains I was on had rooms. How long was I in Philly? Sunday night, Monday night, left on Tuesday late. Yeah. I should probably start working on this. I should start by cleaning off my palette. Because here's my palette, and it's actually quite lovely right now. Greg's Pro says, I took the Palmetto from Delaware to Georgia and I had to swap between electric and diesel in DC, but the ride was nice besides poor Wi-Fi and bathrooms. That is a lovely part to the Northeast Corridor, is it's electric north of DC, and then it's better. Which is why the Acela was nice. So this is my palette right now, and look, it's actually quite beautiful. I have a note that says, add red seeds. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I was going to add the red seeds in here, because these were seeds. Do I want to do that? And this has red too. I don't know if I want to do that. It might detract. I'll need to think about that later. When the rest of the painting is done, that might be the final thing I do. So I need to spray this down so it can start soaking a little bit. It makes it easier to scrape off. And we'll have some more coffee. And I guess we'll talk about Maine. This is the new spray bottle, because I had this one, which this doesn't really work anymore. And this is the new one, and it's harder. Because I was able to like pump the other one and then just let it go. This one is harder. Maybe my hands are just weak today. We have a 19-month resub from Snowy Sataru with my dance emote. Thank you. Gotta break that bottle in. This one I bought in 2017, probably. I can probably go through my email, my order history. And it lasted that long. M-Tappet says, I have a hunch of who the guest might be. Yeah, Steven gave a pretty big clue on breakfast stream yesterday. So what else happened? I stayed at this beautiful Victorian hotel on the ocean in Maine. And it was like this turn-of-the-century massive thing. And that was really neat, because I had ocean view room, and the weather was perfect, and I had the window open every night when we went to bed. And so you could just like barely hear the waves. And the weather was like nice and chill. The hard thing is there was like no soundproofing, so like as people would get up in the morning and like take their showers or walk in the hallway. It was also a dog-friendly hotel. At one point, my family was out in like the courtyard because it was a U-shape. And my family is loud, and I know their voices well. They're very memorable. And I can just hear my aunt just screaming like, oh, look at you! Ah, there's Auntie Mary. Morning. Got to see Carly. You've gotten so big! When I, got dressed up for the wedding and I walked into where the ceremony was, or it was outside, so over to where the ceremony was, she just started catcalling me. Because she would. And she's like, look at you! Oh my god! And my family doesn't know how to talk in inside voices. I love them dearly. They're all great. I hung out with my cousins in Portland. And we went bar hopping. I bought a really cool dress. If you haven't seen the vlog, that vlog is out. I bought this 1970s prairie dress, which is in the 70s when they thought it'd be really cool to bring back like Laura Ingalls Wilder looks. And they are cool dresses. I bought one. The cousin that was with me at that store was like, you should try this on. It's giving Belle. Because she's younger than me, so she uses words like that. And I was like, I don't think this is gonna fit me. And she's like, you need to try it on. And I was like, okay. And it just barely fit me. And yes, it gives Belle. I have half a mind to buy an apron and a basket and have a second Halloween costume this year. Swiffer Sweeper says, Monsignor, that is that side of the family, yes. And while that uncle of mine has passed, it's he left a hole, and as long as the rest of my family is around, that spirit lives on. Because my whole family is that way. He was just like the one who embodied that level of humor. Okay, palette's cleaned off. And actually that story, Swiffer Sweeper, happened in Maine when my family had been up there, like originally, when it took place. Okay, palette's cleaned off. What am I doing? I need to mix. This is mostly greens and some browns. So burnt umber, sienna, phthalo, ouch. Titanium white, maybe some ochre. Because I'm using all these same colors, right? Because we're keeping this as our look. Like this is the color scheme that the whole painting is. So I need to keep the same colors so it keeps that same vibe. That's white. Here's phthalo. This is a brand new tube, so this one was easy to open. Did I not have any other greens out? Was I just using phthalo green? Yellow? Sap. Where's sap? There's sap. Radio Dread says, I love opening new tubes. They're so nice. Oh my gosh, I don't have it up here because it's not a studio supply. Golden makes a bottle opener that looks like a tube of paint, but on this end there's a bottle opener. And it's all metal, but it looks like identical to this with a metal bottle opener on this end. Anyway, Steven bought it for me. And it was at the house when I got home on Tuesday night. And I put it in the silverware drawer. And then on the next morning when I went to get my coffee spoon to stir my coffee, I opened the silverware drawer and saw it. And I thought, why is there a tube of paint in here? And then it occurred to me because I saw the metal part. Okay, I'm almost done refilling this. I probably do need some yellow. So I might as well just continue to put all of my colors on the palette for today. Ouch. They're so tight. They're not opening. These older tubes are just... one of the things I used to do is I used to sit there and like clean all of these like as they got old like this, so it'd be easier to open. And now that they came out with this, the gripper, I don't bother. It's fine. What else? I probably want some of this Hansa. No. So what else did I do? I went to the Philly Art Museum. And the Philly Art Museum is amazing. They had some really famous pieces, a lot of like the main artists that you know in art history, like Van Gogh and Monet and Picasso and Diego and Manet and like a ton of people. And I'm just naming Impressionists because that's what's coming to mind right this second. But they had a lot of work by Duchamp, who made stuff specifically for the Philadelphia Art Museum. And his most famous piece that I learned about in art history, which is my metric, is if I had to learn it in college, is the fountain. And one of the fountain pieces is there. So it was incredible to see. It was like, oh, look at this. Where did I get this? I got this, they sell it direct on their website, but Blick sells it. I've seen it at Artorama, which is a local store here. I don't know if I've seen it at like Michael's or other places. Did I go to Portland Museum of Art too? No, I'd like to. I have a friend there who is an artist, and I did get to meet up with them. And they gave me pins of their work, and they brought pins for all my cousins, which was the sweetest thing. And then like the next day when I saw my cousins at the dinner rehearsal for the wedding, they were all wearing his pins, and I was like, oh. And I'm the oldest cousin there, so it's like, they're like all my little siblings. There is a museum in Maine I want to go to, and I can't think of the name right now, but Andrew Wyeth has a lot of work there. I think it's up further north. We have a 19-month resub from Harumi Kindle and 19 months from Jamie2286. Thank you. I opened the Hansa Yellow and then closed it and didn't put any on the palette. I love that. Fix that. Okay. So this is not all of these colors here. Like I didn't put any raw sienna, I didn't put any of this random mix, I didn't put any bone black or Titan. I did put titanium. I should probably put those other colors. And the reason is I will regret it and I will be like, oh, I need a little bone black to darken this part, or this titanium white is too bright, I should have used Titan buff. Noah says you put it on the brain palette. I sure did. The brain said, there's Hansa, and then forgot. Okay, there. There's all our colors except the green mix and raw sienna. Because raw sienna is similar to yellow ochre, and I've been using the ochre more, I feel like. And I've been using the Titan buff a lot. All of the light color in here, like the lightest, that's Titan buff. Now I just gotta decide which brush I'm using today. Am I hearing words? I am hearing words. Can I paint like this today? Will this work? Will I regret this? Okay, so this one I think is the further back one, and I think I'm gonna start with that. And I'm going to start this open space here because, okay, I don't want to paint like this. I want the iPad so I can see better. Yeah, I do want that. Because this is what we're doing. there's a glare. So I'm gonna start in this area here because I can see the colors the best there. Ooh, I have a better idea. Why not put the iPad on the palette? I do need to cushion it because it's metal on glass. That's better. Now I can just look down. Innovation. For a long time when I was doing like early paintings for the channel, I had the palette on my lap, which was easy to just do this. And then sometimes I switched and it was easier because I would mix a lot and then bring it over here. But when I'm doing all this little work, it's easier to do it this way. So I'm just mixing up some lighter colors here to start bringing in what I want out of this. And the hard thing about this easel, which I'm starting to find out as I paint a smaller paintings, is this happens a lot to me. So I set my hand down and it has to move and I worry it's gonna fall. And I'm not too worried about painting on where all of my drops are because they're not solid white circles. They have kind of this lens effect going on. And I already don't like this brush. I want something that is less fussy. Goldmage says, do you ever, while listening to music not on stream, hear something with words and change it before remembering you don't have to? I almost always listen to music with words. Occasionally I don't. So then it's weird. Just gonna pick up a little brown for over here. And then go and accidentally make it too light and fix it. Nope, not coffee. Okay, I need to finish this coffee because that was almost bad. Let's get rid of that. And move water right there. Oh, I need to set a reminder or note for myself. Reminder. My veterinarian is doing a food drive for pets in Western North Carolina, where we had Helene come through. And they're like, hey, if you have any food you're not using, like your pets don't eat anymore, drop it off. Bring food to vet. Okay. Elvin Scout says, drinking paint water is a rite of passage I have yet to undergo. I have not done it, but that was sure close. It's one of the reasons I really don't use
things like cadmium anymore or cobalt. As much as I love those pigments, I do not use them as much anymore.
Okay, so this part here, I do need to keep a little soft. So I am doing just a tiny bit of dry brushing on the edge of it. Because it needs to be soft like everything else, but it needs to also be there. So it's like a weird in-between of like how fuzzy this stuff is and how sharp this is. Noah says, you may love those pigments, but your body sure doesn't. No, I don't think my body would like them very much. That looks pretty good. I think I do want to bring in a little bit of variation in it, which it has a good deal of it anyway because of the underpainting. Like, it's not a solid green, and that looks nice. I do need to wrap this over here. So I painted that solid, and it's kind of sharp lines, and then I just wipe off my brush, and then I blend it out a little bit. There, so we have this kind of fuzzy grass spike. And I'm going to kind of just fill in all of these little bubbles of all the drops I've made. Not completely, but just a little bit, because there should be a little bit of this hint through the bokeh lights. And I'm thinking that I'm going to grab some zinc white, which is a more transparent white than the titanium I have pulled out.
because it will be transparent. We have a 19-month resub from Renee. Good morning, Renee. Your story yesterday on breakfast stream at the very end, though, after we both, like, turned off breakfast stream, Steven and I sat there and we were like, that story was amazing. And I wish we had time to have addressed it. And you got to pick up... Ah, I'm glad. I'm glad he's home. Okay, smaller brush time. Do I have one out? I do. Okay, how do I want to do this first? I'm thinking I'm going to start with this titanium because it's the brightest. Fill in that part of all of these, and then use the zinc to fill in the transparent part of the other part because I can see the bright part best. Actually, I've decided something quick. I'm going to add a little bit more to all of these. Because I think I need more. I need to fill in more of them. And get closer to the edges of all of them. There. Now I can go into this titanium white. And I've seen people do this where they will just take their brush, and I'm going to use a color that you can see on the paper, and they'll kind of just do like a little circle, like so, and do the bokeh that way. And when you do it all, and you do it right, and you have the right brush technique, and you're using the right colors, it looks good, but I'm going to be too much of a perfectionist for that, so I'm going to sit here and paint all of these the difficult way. One tiny stroke at a time. Instead of one whole bubble at a time, the whole thing. So like this one, you can really see this outer ring, and then it kind of does like this here. And it's tiny. So I'm just gonna kind of go all the way down this line doing this with only the parts that are brightest, not the entirety of the bubble. Just the parts that are brightest, because like this next one next to it is not as bright. So that one needs to be entirely zinc white. But this one here, this one is super bright. So this one, I'm going to do a lot of it in this white. This brighter, opaque white. So you can kind of see how they build a little bit maybe. Two. And the thing I'm struggling with the most, I think, is making it round. I have to imagine the whole bubble. And so like I did this bottom loop that I can see from my pencil lines, but this top one I have to imagine like where it would complete that circle. Fun. And like this one was super bright. This next one is not quite as bright.
So it has this bottom ring that's super bright here, but then it kind of gets this little like lens effect. That's the things I'm looking at. If I zoom in a lot, I don't want this to fall, that's what it is. The problem is. You can see that they're not just solid circles, right? Because they have like a darker there. And this is the one I'm working on. So it has a bright part down here, and then there's like a little tiny bit above it that's lighter. So that's what I'm looking at when I'm doing this, is I'm painting this tiny little bubble. And after I do all of these in titanium white, which are just the brightest parts of all of these, I'm going to pull out zinc white, which is transparent, and kind of do like a dry brush of the zinc on the other part. So it's still that full bubble, but not the opaque white paint that I'm using right now. And I could have done that either way. I could have taken the zinc and done the full bubble, and then done the titanium for like the brighter parts. But I decided that it would be easier for me to do the titanium first, just based on how my brain is working. Part of me thinks I should have grabbed a paint pen. Because I think sometimes I have a slightly better control with that. And then this next one is pretty ghosty. It's barely there. Elfin Scout, at least it's not a pointillism piece. I can only imagine how tired you were after that was finally done. That piece was really fun to work on, exhausting, and then satisfying when it was done. And sometimes I want to do another one. Maybe not one that's that big. And there are 5 right here. We have a 19-month resub from Dragon Lee. Thank you. Welcome in this morning. Where these overlap is a little bit brighter. Circle Now Squared says, I got a cuddly kitty cat purring. I was excited to see Cappy. I was so excited to see Cappy. Okay, those ones are done. Now this next one over here is super bright. So like that one doesn't have any of this other stuff. So I can just fill that one in. And this needs to move so I can balance this better. One, two, three. This one. I was showing this painting to my family when I saw them, and they were like, it looks done. I was like, it's not done. Like, look, it's not done. Zoom in on the phone, it's not done. Like, I can see pencil marks. And the third one. And then I have one I put here because I thought it needed it, because the sides of this are not in my reference image that I took. I just kind of made this part up. Okay, that's a good start there. I'm gonna cover up all of these paints so they don't dry out, and then I'm gonna grab this ink. Are we talking about soup? I had so much clam chowder this past weekend. Okay, so I have zinc, and I'm just going to fill in the rest of these.
And I think that helped a lot, but I think I need to go back into some of the titanium and bring that in too. These three feel right, but these two do not. That feels better. And then this one, despite being super bright, like on camera, I think it needs a little bit of being toned back. Yeah, it needs to be toned back. It does not fit. I need to let that dry for a second. And in the meantime, we're going to fill in the next grass blade.
Where does this one go? Okay. So you can see this part, how I'm starting to fill that in where the bubbles are going. And painting on them quite a bit, so I still can fill them in like this shortly. And again, I'm just softening this edge. I need glazing liquid to fill this in. So the glazing liquid is transparent, and I've used it before, but it's going to... I'm getting a lot of canvas texture in here that I don't want. Because I want this to be the color that sinks down into it and not the white show through. Oh, I forgot I decided this. Whoops, let's fill that in. Okay, so this one here, I just need to fix this guy, because that one I messed up. Well, I didn't mess it up. I painted it as I saw it and I didn't like it. And then I filled in this blade of grass, and then we will fill in the bokeh lights for that. I'll clean off my hands first because I've gotten paint on them and I'm going to mess something up. And I'm feeling like I should do this one opposite of the last one, where I did the whole circle first. And then I did the titanium. Or I did it opposite. I did titanium first and then the zinc. So I think I'm gonna do it opposite this time. I don't like this brush. Not for this. Hi, Steven. You should come see it in person. I'm gonna do this blade of grass, the second one, with its dewdrops, and then I'm probably gonna wrap up for today. I'm not liking this. I think I like doing it the other way better. I did. That took off too much paint. Oops. Refix. Oops. Do it the other way. Start here, maybe. Every so often I just wash off my brush a little just to make it sharper. Just that little bit of moisture in it helps.
And now I'm gonna go fix these ones over here. Okay, those are all good base. So now I'm switching to this transparent one. We have a 19-month resub from Leafily. Thank you. Show the Kep art because I can't do it remotely. What Kep art? What? Oh, in the queue. Let me wash my brush. Listen, I'm painting dewdrops. Uh-oh, what just happened? There we go. Oh, the reason Steven can't see the painting IRL. Look at that cat! Be cozy. Well, I still gotta finish these. And then I can take a photo and post it to Mod. Just working my way from bubble to bubble. Couple more of these to do.
Oh, I did those two. Those two are good.
Look at all the bubbles. It's not as bright as I want it to be, and it's because of the canvas texture. So what I want to do is I want to take a paint marker
with some liquid white and just grab a little bit of this.
and just kind of sharpen it a little bit. Okay, happy with that. Very happy. Let's do a photo close-up. Without a glare. Computer enhance. Nope.
Nope, no. Not this stream. No. All right, here's a photo close-up. Or not. Nope. Soon. Click this time? There it goes. Okay. So all of the bubbles like that are here, that's what I did, those two. So the bottom one needs to be done, and then the very top one needs to be done. These parts are the most detailed, like the 4 of these, which is why they're gonna probably take the longest, because I'm gonna sit there and focus on them. Whew, it's freezing in here. I'm really glad that I just keep slippers in here. They've been in here all summer, haven't needed them. The second we get to October, need slippers. All right. Next week, let's see, let's look at the calendar. Let's look at the things that are going on. Calendar. We'll start by doing this and do a thank you to my Patreon supporters. If you're interested in that in the perks, there will be links in mods will post the links for you. Tonight, we're going to be playing a game on Steven's channel with our guest and with Dan. What game? Super Mario Party Jamboree. We're going to be playing that tonight with our guest and with Dan. And I'm looking forward to it very much. What else is happening? Calendar event. Order some brats. Monday is not a stream for... Oh wait, I do have a stream on Monday. But Monday is Whack a Alligator in the Head Day, which is our stupid made-up holiday that we did when we were trying to test if this calendar worked. So, don't actually go whack a real alligator in the head. That would be very dangerous and bad for the gator. But, draw a picture of an alligator. I don't know. That seems like a better option to do. Do it in your hearts. I'm going to be streaming on Monday night like I normally do, I think. We haven't quite figured out what our plans are with said guest yet, but we did throw around some ideas like doing nails, or I just stream a short amount, or we don't stream at all. Haven't really decided. Tuesday will be breakfast stream. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I mean, it will be happening. I don't know if the guest will be there for that. They will be in the house. We haven't really, we're just kind of chill this weekend. I had a long last weekend, traveling all over the East Coast. And then next Friday, just checking to see if there was anything else. Yes, I will be streaming next Friday, and we will work on this one, this grass blade up here, and then we'll definitely at least start this one. So those are the things that are coming up. Sacrosilica says, but nails. I need to see if the guest wants to do that Monday night. We will see. They are on a trip. I don't want to make them work. I do have to take my polish off. It's lasted really good for a week. No chips at all. And I did this right before I left for Maine, to the point of I shouldn't have stayed up and done it. I was like, no, I gotta do this. I gotta put 6 coats of polish on and not go to bed and take an early flight. And so I did it, and it turned out really good. It's really blue, and they're very eye-catching. I've had lots of random strangers tell me, oh my god, your nails. Yeah. Someone was like, where'd you get them done? I was like, this is just plain polish. It's not even gel. They now sell it at Ulta. What is my choice for Extra Life? Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, which is a very special version of a hockey game where you can fight people. I'm very excited. I hope we play it. So I hope everyone tunes in tonight. We will have a great time. It will be much fun. And we'll post about Monday and decide. We will figure something out. We have an 18-month resub from Lunar Pearl. And I think that's all the things we need to know. I need to package up a painting to mail it out to someone today. But that's not a stream thing. That's a thing I need to do next. Radio Dread has an Extra Life link for you, and that's coming up in a few short weeks. I need to get some things ready for that. So I hope you all have a good Friday, and I definitely hope you tune in tonight to Steven's channel, and I hope you have a good Friday.